Right, let's give that black-green sacrifice deck a try. This is a bit too risky. And not keepable either. This is okay-ish. I think I want to ship Grave Pact, Nantuku Husk. Mulligan 5 is tough, but we do have some card advantage spells to recover. So let's see what we will get. Pretty excited about a deck with Oversold Cemetery. Was one of my favorite cards as a child. And I played a pretty cool black-green sacrifice deck back then. Green-white could be a Terra War list, or that's a strong one. Especially on the mulligan to 5. But let's see. This does not give away much information. Could be a green-white mid-range deck or a threshold version, control version, like we played a while ago. Could even, with this one, be the Survival Welder deck or Crazy Blood Moon build. Okay, an Enchantress build. Sign me up for that. Never see this. Okay, I know. This could be the special Aura Token Enchantress deck. I guess discarding 1 of 5 random cards. It's not great. I think I try to play the Nantuku Husk. We can save that from Sea of Fire next turn. And then I hope for a third black land to land a Grave Pact to get rid of the Enchantress. And we are not super far away from getting card advantage with Oversold Cemetery plus Wall of Blossom or Ravenous Reds, but it will be hard to outpace the Argonian Enchantress. And our opponent did no mulligan, I guess. So we are in a tough spot, but let's see. So we can't yield here, because otherwise you can just pop the Seal of Fire on the Nantuku Husk. A second draw effect would be hard to beat. Don't know, maybe Grave Pact can shine. But I think if I play Grave Pact, he will shoot the Seal of Fire in response to the Nantuku, on the Nantuku Husk. So we don't get a Sacc trigger. Okay, this is fine by me. He should have something more. Okay, Swords to Plowshares. I would like to sacrifice the Husk for himself, just to have more creatures in graveyard for the Oversold Cemetery. And untapped mana would still be decent, but we need some time to get advantage from the Oversold Cemetery. Not sure if I want to get the cemetery down. I don't think so. Might be better to play a Treetop Village here. Okay, is at 8 life. Yeah, let's get down the Treetop Village and apply some pressure. I mean, suddenly I feel like we are in a decent spot. He discarded Sarah's Sanctum. Yeah, let's see. Probably a grove or words. Red words would be fine for me. That's especially strong. This will be tough to beat. He's at 8, but he can really fast draw a prison card and yeah, the groove. Okay, I want to see the prison card, like solitary confinement or something like this, and then I will scoop this up. Living wish for what? I mean, I want to play the living wish here. Not sure what to get, but don't know. Dust Bowl. We can't activate Dust Bowl right now. I think I might want to get the Plague Spitter. And with that we could have a decent play. Because it's bringing in some damage each turn. And we'll get rid of one of his draw engines. And don't forget, it's a list I just copied from TC Decks, from the Rogue category. And I don't make any adjustments in the first game with the deck I present you here. I just want to get a closer look what other people play and build. And yeah, for that reason, some choices are not obvious to me, but it's fine that some choices are like a secret in Premodern, because people just play what they like, what they loved as a child. Okay, we probably search for solitary confinement here. Seal of Fire. On this one, this won't work, because while dying he will kill the Enchantress. And if he plays like this without a solitary confinement, I could attack with Treetop Village and play Oversold Cemetery. Okay. This is fine by me. Oversold Cemetery is bad against Seal of Cleansing. But maybe it's necessary. But at this point he could easily have a second Souls to Plowshares. Yeah, not in a great spot. He still has one draw effect. Okay, Replenish is strong. So you need to... this could be... Not sure. He needs to pop both Seal of Fire for Treetop Village. Am I fine with that? I don't think so. So I want to offer him one seal versus one braids. And if he does that, I try to attack with a Treetop Village next turn. Yeah, Braid's Carbon Minion was in my deck too. And I'm still trying to rebuild it. The problem was back then, it was like, I think Mirrodin Darksteel has been released. And my deck was playing some pretty broken cards from there. mainly sky clams. Had some spore frogs. Then I played some Viridian zealots. And I'm trying to make this deck Premodern legal to just have fun. I have this dream of just winning a game with Oversold Cemetery plus Spore Frog. And what the deck is really missing in Premodern is a good way to get rid of your creatures while drawing cards, like Skyclamp, which is absolutely broken. And on the other hand, a way to recur any cards like Eternal Witness does. But I hope to fill these holes with cards like Recurring Nightmare, which I didn't have as a child. Okay, Words of Worship, that's bad, because the client will crash soon. So I'm going to concede here. We don't have any way to win this from the spot, but Words of Worship is bugged on Magic Online. And if he activates it, it's like the game will be restarted. And we don't have much against him. Grave Pact feels not great. Vendetta is not playable because Enchantress has Shroud. Holding Echoes is decent. Mind Slicer might be nice. I think it's a bit... Infest might be okay. It's an odd call for me in the deck here. Contamination is great. I'm not sure about Living Wish. Might be too slow. I do want more Naturalize. The Lyrist. Plague Spitter. Three to cut. I don't think Grave Pact is the right thing to do. And so we should have a solid 60 to battle his deck. I mean, it was not super one-sided, because he was at 6 life. We had Treetop Village there, but I really want to finish the match. And the reason is, if you replace a draw with Words of Wisdom, or Words of Worship it is, the game will just crash. And I learned that the hard way while I was trying the new Parfait deck. And I was like, okay, what am I doing wrong with Words of Worship and Sylvan Library that the game crashes? And it was just like, yeah, it's an error from Magic Online. And let's talk about the first game again, especially as we were on a Mulligan 5. We were pretty close. Okay, that's slowish, but I tried to keep this. The Herald is there to make a chain from elf to elf and then find Call of the Claw, because the main plan of the deck is to have a Nantuku where you can sacrifice your creatures to give +2/+2, and then sacrifice a lot of things, search for Call of the Claw, and then make a ton of damage. It was a pretty cool plan back then, but I don't know, I tried a lot on solo mode with this deck, maybe like 10 games, and there was never this really satisfying point that you said, okay, this seems strong, this seems close to broken, even if I had everything. It's not like you saw in the 2 lands from top is a bit too much. Not this thing as you saw with Food Chain, where it was pretty scary on turn 2. And in my test games, I had a lot of turn 2 Hypnox, which should be close to unbeatable. A 2-land from top was a bit too much here. I think this could be enough for us to lose the game, because we don't need 7 lands. But let's see what he does. Another Enchantress, so Infest would be great. Or Plague Spitter, but Plague Spitter might be a bit late to the party, because his damage is done in our next upkeep. Yeah, against this kind of deck and Elephant Grass, that's pretty broken. You need a very special set of cards to win. Like, I think it's called Harmonic Convergence. Oh, 3rd land from top. Okay, this is upkeep cost 1. So I just want to... Do I want to chip 1 damage in? I think I want to go for more damage next turn. So I just want to chip the turn back, because if I pay 2 mana for attacking with the elf, I can't cast my Naturalize in the end step. But this was a problem I was facing a lot in the testing phase, where I was like, okay, you had like 3 lands in your starting hand and you draw like 4 or 5 after that, and it does not feel great. Maybe you have to adjust the deck list to play more cards like Birds of Paradise. It's even great because you have some mana fixing and you can sacrifice it later to get damage in or to trigger your Grave Pact. So, second Elephant Grass would be strong, but this could be fetched on a card like on Plains to have Swords to Closures up. I mean, we have a turn 2 clock here. That's a bad draw. We can't attack with both, because we need more mana for that. So more like a 3-turn clock now. And he has 7 cards, he will see a lot more. Yeah, plus you do not have an effect to make your creatures cheaper. So even if you have a setup with Nantuko where you can sacrifice your creatures, you have to pay like 2 mana for each new Herald you want to find. So it's pretty mana hungry. Even in the turn where you want to finish, you need like, let me say, 7 or 9 mana to go Herald, 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 and then for the Call of the Claw. Okay, he's at 6. So he really needs to find Swords to Closures or Prison Elements. But even another Elephant Grass would be enough for us. But we drew pretty badly. So 3 dead draws here, plus the Herald is not exciting. And I don't think there is a card which could save us at this point. But yeah, sometimes magic happens. And we are winning or losing matchups as a surprise. So at this point, the deck runs main deck 4 Oversoul Cemetery, 2 Living Wish, 2 Infest. I don't think it's working well. Maybe it is just a starting point to get knowledge of the deck, but it feels pretty weak. So no carval therapies, no Duress. I think it needs to be rebuilt. And Birds of Paradise should be nice. But this is exactly what I want to do with the Brewing series. Explore more of the format. Okay, raids is not great here. So we try to attack here with our trample creatures. I think he has at least one Swords to Plowshares. I would be fine with him having one. But if he does not have it, we win. No, we don't win, but he needs to block and he will find himself on 1 point of life. Okay. Not the worst thing. Yeah, he should have a Swords to Plowshares. But if he has, he wouldn't go for the Herald, I guess. Because in this case, he could just take 5 damage. And then have a really explosive next turn. So here he can just block. Yeah, here's the sword we anticipated. But he needs to find something. He's at 2, so 7 library will just look pretty deep, but he needs a card like Solitary Confinement or Swords plus Replenish or Seal of Cleansing. But I would be really interested why he's playing Sphere of Fire. But I saw he's running Gear's Blessing 2, which is a bit of a nombo if you play Replenish, I guess. But on the other hand, you can decide what you want to shuffle in. But maybe he came from a meta game full of meddling mages and was getting tired of the mages naming Argonian Enchantress or his win options. Okay, Sea of Fire is strong. Even though I think he has a card like Swords to Plowshares, which he should have at that point. Don't know. The problem is we don't have any discard. Okay. Really wondering about this. Not sure. So we need the Wizard Wretched. 23 lands does not sound super much. I want to get rid of the Oversold Cemeteries. They are so slow and I just want more creatures. Here, bring in the beats. Wall of Blossom is super bad. Is there anything better? I mean, Spike Feeder can make some damage. But besides that, maybe one Grave Pact. Yeah, I think this is okay-ish. I don't know. Maybe I'm too pessimistic with the Oversold Cemeteries here, but he has the answers. Very slow, but I try to take a mulligan here to find interaction for his deck. Keep this, get rid of the contamination, I guess, because he has answers for that, and we can't keep that around for long without Oversold Cemetery. Ravenous Reds are fine. So I hope he just plays 2 more lands. And then the Reds are hitting a good card. Another exploration here. Sylvan Library. Okay, so this means I need to play Naturalize on this next turn. Yeah, exploration has been so disappointing for me in the Enchantress deck that I was thinking about cutting it. But some friends from the Moxforge were saying, no, keep it. Because they are just there for redrawing cards very cheap in the late game and to justify the really explosive turns with 2 Sarah Sanctum. This is decent. Okay, Nantuko Husk. So Husk or Ravenous Rats? I go for Husk here and hope to hit something really good with the Ravenous Rats, or to even double spell next turn or get Braids down. He will sacrifice a Groove there, probably for Enchantress presence, to get ahead of the card advantage game. No, not doing it. Okay, another Groove. Okay, if he... Okay, Gas Blessing. So land would be great. So we could double spell. Ah, that's a pretty bad draw, but I hope to hit something great here with the Reds. And now my Nantuko Husk is secure from a... Oh, yeah, this was a great hit. He would search for another one in his upkeep, but for now... Yeah, land would have been great. So we could really apply pressure there and even go for a... Yeah, pretty quick kill with... Okay, he went to the main, so not sacrificing Sterling Grove for Enchantress presence. Okay, land is fine. Question is, do I want to get Braids down or 2 Heralds? I think Braids is decent, but we need to sacrifice 2. I want to attack first. And then I see if he has the Swords to Plowshares, it's more tempting for me to go for Braids. Okay, so Herald. If we get this down and attack next turn, we sacrifice this, it's 8/8. We bring in a Caller of the Claw. And with the Caller of the Claw, we got lethal. Let's try this. I mean, he can just tutor up something with Sterling Roof now. And even a card with a card like Elephant Grass is probably enough. Then we need to draw exactly land to have lethal. But if he is placed to go for Elephant Grass and he does not have a card draw engine, I will just... Yeah, let's see. Maybe we see the deck in action now. Replenish, okay. Just replenish, Elephant Grass in hand, so he's dead. And you will see the deck in action, which is nice. Yeah. Good game. This would be exactly the case, like sacrifice, 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 8 damage. Then the Caller of the Claw plus 1 in between would bring like 10 more damage. So next turn I would play Swamp, sacrifice 1 Herald to get another one, sacrifice this to get Caller of the Claw, and then we would have lethal. So never thought about winning this, but yeah, cool match. See you again.